Run through the tape. In life, never give up. Run through the tape.
Turn it up.
One game to decide a series.
There's fight in the locker room. We know what we got to do.
Win or go home.
A fight for respect. A fight to move on.
It comes down to who wants it. You just got to continue to believe in who you are.
Every night when the stars come out, am I the only living soul around? Get on my knees and say a friend change round. That can make your hands clap.
A team representing an entire country trying to avoid another first-round exit. Against a team built on pride, grinding with the determination to prolong their season. Pacers, Raptors, Game 7, next.
The first playoff game of 2016 was in Toronto, and now the first round ends there. Paul George is averaging 33 in 3 games at Air Canada Centre. Can he carry the Pacers past DeMar DeRozan and the Raptors, or will Toronto win a best-of-7 for the first time in franchise history? For one team, the quest will continue. Are they ready to go outside Air Canada, Jurassic Park? One of the great scenes,
still
every playoff game in Charles' favorite city.
Love that stuff, Toronto. We the North.
It is time for Game 7. Ian Eagle, Brent Berry, and Kevin Ray have it covered. Here in Atlanta, time for TNT NBA Tip-Off presented by Auto Trader. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Charles Barkley, 3 guys who have all played in Game 7s. How is the locker room, how is the vibe pregame different in Game 7 than it was in the previous 6, Shaq?
You know, guys are more serious. You know, guys are more focused about moving on. For some guys, it's a lot of pressure. For other guys, they just take the pressure, go out, let the game come to them. I think my record in Game 7s, I was 3-1. You know, for me in Game 7s, it was always about moving on, living up to the status that everyone put on me, one of the best big men in the league. So it was always one of those pressure situations where I always knew I had to come out and have a great game or else it was going to be my fault.
Let's go right down the line here. Kenny, how's it different?
I would say the mood in the locker room isn't much different. I would say the night before is a little bit different. You know, the concentration because the build-up. You know, even a game like today, you're the last game of the day. Or a lot of times when I was there, we were the only game of the day. So the concentration, you turn on, you know, any sports station or any talk, it's all about you. So that's usually different. But I think as most guys are really excited. I mean, because this is, you know, the old saying I keep saying is, you know, playoffs, regular season, you make your name. In the playoffs, you make your fame. And so you wait for these kind of moments. So most of the guys that I played with, this was the moment everybody was waiting on.
Well, I think there's an excitement. The day before is the worst. You're just ready for the game to start. But the day before is just awful, just sitting around doing nothing. But now it's game time. You're excited. You're looking forward to it. But there is pressure. And the reason Game 7 is different than the other game, somebody's season's going to be over tonight. You know, that's the thing. When you play 82 regular season games, you got another game the next night. But there's such a finality when the season's over because people only look at, you know, the playoffs been going for a week, but the season's been going on for 6 or 7 months. And when it's over, there is a depression, and but one team gets to move on.
The only thing, Ernie, I would add to that is you start to feel it when you go up 8 or you go down 8.
Yep.
You're like, that's when you're like, oh man, this could be it.
Yep.
And but be all up into that, you're fine. But soon as that, you know, you go up down 8, 10 points, then you start realizing it's Game 7.
Let's get into this matchup and taking advantage. That's what the Pacers have done in their 3 wins off the Toronto turnovers. 25, 25, and 20 points off turnovers in their 3 wins. In fact, the Raptors have turned it over nearly as many times. And when you look at turnovers and assists, they're almost equal. And Frank Vogel says, look, Pacers got to go out and run and force turnovers, and that will be the key to Game 7. What do you think the key to Game 7 is? Kyle
Lowry and DeMar DeRozan, they got to play well. They have. I think it's hard to say. Have they had maybe Derozan had a couple of decent games, but these guys have not had good games. They got to play well. And listen, unfortunately, right or wrong, that's the way it is. When you're an all-star and you get beat every year in the playoffs, that's your reputation until you change your reputation.
And, to add on to that, not only do those guys have to play well, I think everyone has to play well. If you look at the Miami game earlier today, their star, Dwayne Wade, only had 12 points. But Goran Dragic came out and played well. Gerald Green played well. Everybody played well. Hassan Whiteside played well. So those two definitely need to set the tone. But all the others and, everybody else, they also need to play well.
Yeah, but to piggyback on, you want to go the other way, the guys from Charlotte, their stars didn't play well. I mean, Ernie, it comes down to star power. You need the others and your role players to play well. But sometimes it comes down to your stars have to play well. Kemba Walker, tough game, had a great year, but he had an awful day today. Nobody on that team played well, so they got blown out. But your stars have to play well, especially in the biggest games.
Well, Paul George has done that in these playoffs. He's the leading scorer in the postseason. In the 3 games in Toronto, he has averaged 33 points. So Paul George getting it done. Yeah. But when you bring Demar Carroll into your franchise,
well, that's why
this is one of the best wing defenders out there. It's specific. It's for this game right here, Chuck.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. You're not going to stop a great player. I mean, you
got to make it difficult, though. Correct?
You can make it difficult. He can still go off. Listen, I think he's got to score tonight to kind of offset that 30-point average. He's my sleeper pick. They're asking us to pick a sleeper. I said it Thursday night. We were talking, last night. I said, to me, Demar Carroll has to be the guy. He can't get outscored 35-6 or 8. They bought him here. He's the only difference in this team from last year. They went out and got him as a free agent for games like tonight. He has to play well. But listen, you're not going to stop Paul George. First of all, he's making him work hard. He's going to get, first of all, because he's going to get a lot of attempts. So he's going to get his 30. But I think he has to score on the offense on the other end of the floor. If Paul George gets 35, to me, Demar Carroll has to get 22 points.
I don't know if he did it or not, but it was reported in one of the Indianapolis media outlets that Paul George was thinking about delivering a short speech to his team before this game.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm not saying there is. What would it be if you're going to speak to Indiana right now? And you're Paul George. What are you telling your Pacer teammates?
We're in Game 7 because we've done something, and we're not going to change today what we've been doing. And what we've been doing is good enough. There's no more. We don't need to do anything differently to win this game. We just have to play hard, play smart, and play together. The other thing that, for me, watching the Pacers is, I always wanted to be a stockbroker growing up. So they always say
Bernie Madoff?
Diversification. Diversification of your stocks. And to me, that's what the Pacers are. They need diversification in their offense. That's what makes them good, because Paul George not only stays on the three-point line, he gets in between shots, and he gets to the rim in fast breaks. And then you have Monte Ellis, you have Miles Turner, you have all of these guys that chip in. The diversification of the stocks today would be big if you're the Pacers.
Let me say this, though, Ernie. I think a little bit different as a guy who's been a star. If I'm Paul George, what I might say is, boys, get on my back, because he's the star. He has to play well tonight. Those role players gonna follow his lead. That's when you need your stars in tough environments on the road. That's my personal opinion. If Paul George was gonna say something and not brag and not bend, just have great confidence in yourself, said, boys, get on my back. We're gonna win this game tonight.
It's funny you said that, because the exact opposite was said by Hakeem Olajuwon. The exact opposite almost. In Game 7, he got up one time and he says, no one be scared to take their shot tonight. Someone else be a star tonight. He actually said almost the exact opposite. That's interesting.
I've been in this situation many times, and most of the time I would say, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get you 28-10. I'm going to hit all my free throws. D-Fish, I know they're going to double and triple front and back. When I kick it out, I need you to focus. I need you to leave it. Rick Fox, I need you to slow him down. big shot Bob. We ever need a big shot in the corner, I'm going to be looking for you. Kobe, do what you do. So I've been in this situation many times, and like I just like to let the guys know that I'm ready today.
Yep.
I've been concentrating all day yesterday, get on my back. But however, when I kick it out, Bob,
I mean, you
Rick,
need those guys, but you got to be but you have to be the leader when you're the best player. You said, boys, let's go. Because, listen, Toronto's favored in this game because they're the home team. But I guarantee you, Paul George has been the best player in this series. He can't play bad tonight. He has to play. Well. He got. That's a responsibility of being a star.
Yeah, you got to play well.
And it's the other way. Listen, Shaq has been saying it. We got to call out Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan. Those guys, they haven't played well. Tonight, everything goes out the window if they play great tonight, Ernie.
Everything is gone.
Yeah, they turned the page on a chapter in that franchise with a win tonight and getting out of the first round. We shall see in Game 7. When we come back, Game 7 in Miami. The Hornets fielding the playoff heat.
Showtime! With AutoTrader.com, trading in or selling your car is so easy, it's a slam dunk. Up high and down hard! AutoTrader.com.
Another big factor tonight, Jonas Valanciunas, who had a great start to the series. Shaq?
Yes, his first 2 games, he had 2 double-doubles. His best game in the series, he had 23-15. First 3 games, Ernie, 48 rebounds. The last 3 games, 20 rebounds. He needs to definitely get involved. When I say get involved, I don't mean just come down and call his play, but he needs to be able to get easy baskets.
Quick feet.
Because, Kenny knows this. As a guard, when you go in and the defender steps up and you drop it up to the big man, the guard will be reluctant on defense to, step in and try to block his shot, and then maybe Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan get up. But he needs to get another big game, definitely get a double-double, but he definitely has to step up tonight. He's my X factor for tonight.
Game 7 on the way here on TNT. Now, you can debate the importance of home court advantage in a playoff series, but there is no denying that when a best-of-7 goes the distance, having that finale in your gym is huge. Coming into Sunday, there had been 121 Game 7s in NBA history. The home team had won 80% of them, including 8 of the last 9. Miami was home for Game 7 with the Hornets this afternoon. And we hit the highlights, and Scotty and Michael.
There go the GOAT right there, the greatest of all time.
And an emotional D. Wade said later it was just intense focus before the game. Miami outscores Charlotte 32-14 in the paint in the first half.
Your man was awesome today, Shaq. Hassan Whiteside was huge.
Yes, he was.
So was Dragic.
Yeah, Dragic.
Dragic was Whiteside.
Oh, that's an SLD right there, Kenny.
What's the SLD?
Shaq like dunk.
Oh, Shaq like dunk.
That's a Shaq like dunk.
Kemba Walker had 37 in Game 6, 9 on 3 of 16 shooting in Game 7.
Shots that went down the night before did not go down tonight.
But this game was a wrap anyway, Ernie. When they didn't close the thing out in 6, it was a wrap. I mean, when you have a chance to win a game, a closeout game at home, and you don't do it, you have to go back on the road, you're in serious trouble.
Goran Dragic played like the old Dragic in Phoenix, going through the hole, a lot of easy baskets. Yes, he was definitely attacking the rim.
And then right here, he was like, you're not stopping me in the 1-on-1, 2-on-1.
Oh, God. Oh, spin cycle. I see you, brother.
Yeah.
I used to call him Ernie, brother.
Dragic had 17 in the first half.
Too little.
Where's he from, Ernie?
Is he Slovenia?
Slovakian chicken.
No, watch
Slovakian
this.
chicken down there.
Give me that.
That was
Again,
actually some Harlem chicken.
Hassan
Give me
Whiteside.
Yeah, he played big. Chuck and I've been saying.
Hey,
to
me, he's the X factor for the Miami Heat. If he plays well, they got a chance.
Yeah. Meantime, and listen to this, guys, because this went from a 10-point game to about a 30-point game in the blink of an eye. Here's Dragic ahead of the pack.
Oh, throw it down.
And part of a 20-4 run. And you know what I was thinking as I was watching this unfold? You know what I was thinking? I was thinking Ron Burgundy.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
That's great, Ernie.
Indeed it did. And the end of the road for
How did you get Hornets popcorn?
Michael Jordan.
Hornets popcorn. It was on Hornets tissue on there in the popcorn bag. It ain't in Miami. How did he get that?
Must have brought his own.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, 106
Miami.
106 to 73 is
Man,
the
you got to
final.
close that thing out in 6 at home. You can't go back on the road.
Yeah, they had their chance. Won 3 in a row, a chance to close it out, couldn't get it done. This is a rout. They never trailed, leading by 38. They out-rebounded the Hornets 58 to 36 and were plus 72 on the boards in the series. Here's what they were saying after the game.
How have you just approached having to play 7, and how were you able to put this team on your back when they needed it?
I wish. I do my job. Everyone on this team have a role, and everyone has a job to do. And like tonight, Goran Dragic's job was to go at Kemba, knowing that Kemba was going to be tired from the last game, and he did an amazing job. So all I try to do is do my job. And when I'm called on to make plays for this team, to lead these guys, to make big shots, I try to do that.
What I love about Goran is he just continues to focus on doing his job and getting into the competition. And that's what the playoffs are about. I think he had the most energy today. Dwayne's usage was high, obviously, last game. And so, Goran had to be a big factor for us tonight.
When you turn around and when you run back to the defense and you see the whole bench extending, especially after that dunk, it's great. I mean, it gives you that extra energy. I was so tired, but when you see those guys, you say, okay, I need to stay in and produce.
It's a learning experience, man. You just got to bring a certain type of level. It got to be another level. A lot of people didn't think that we would even, get here to a Game 7. Like I said, I'm just really proud of my team's effort. The whole series. Tonight was really disappointing, but they played well.
At the end of the day, whether it's fair or not, everybody at any level you're going to be, viewed by how you do in the playoffs. It's a results-oriented business. It still doesn't take away from the fact that guys fought like hell for 3 games.
Hornets have the best record in the East since the All-Star break. Knocked out in the first round by Miami. The Heat now move on to take on the winner of this series. The Raptors taking the floor at Air Canada Center for a Game 7 against the Indiana Pacers. You're going to see it here on TNT. Miles Turner just turned 20 in March.
Yeah.
He's had an impact, Chuck.
I like him. Larry Bird, another great draft pick. This young kid out of Texas, man, he's got a bright future. But he's got to play well tonight for a couple reasons, Ernie. He can't let Shaq's guy Valanciunas dominate down low. He's got to play well. I think he needs to get double figures, rebounds, because if he lets Valanciunas dominate down low, that's going to be a problem for them. But he has to play well. I would love to see him get 16 points, 10 rebounds. That would be huge for the Pacers.
I want to see him get them 3 blocks because I think rim protection is big. It keeps Lowry and Derozan perimeter, and they've been taking some tough.
Yeah, but they need him to handle Valanciunas down low. Valanciunas is a big old boy, man. He's a big old boy.
Larry Bird doesn't like to take underclassmen much in the draft, but he said there was something special about Miles Turner at Texas. Boy, he's proved him right. Steph Curry unable to go in Game 1. He might be back for Game 3.
Klay Thompson
is the man.
Is the best, most complete guard in the NBA for his offense and defense. He is amazing.
Yeah, he only had 18 points in the first quarter and outscored Portland all by himself.
Give me that. Give me that.
Look at Plumlee.
Ernie, not only did he have all those points, he controlled Damian Lillard, which was even more impressive.
Yep. And now in transition as the Warriors pour it on.
They play well. That's what they like to do. Get out on that break.
That's a fun game to watch today.
Fancy move right there. You fancy, boy. You fancy.
Give me some more Klay Thompson.
Oh, my goodness. Look how quick that is, Ernie.
37-17 after 1. Portland got some fight, though, and you knew they would.
I tell you what, Portland bench was terrific today.
Yeah, I agree with that, Chuck, but I also think that with Sean Livingston being in the starting lineup, he kind of settles the bench of Golden State, which now is not his duty.
Look at this.
That hurts a little bit.
Look at the Blazers tweeting out, hey, single digits. Well, it was the one time during the day that it was single digits.
Don't celebrate too early, Ernie.
Give me that.
Draymond Green. Remember, he had 13 triple-doubles in the regular season.
Come on, man.
Second to Russell Westbrook's 18. And this is the first triple-double for anybody in the postseason.
Really?
Yeah, for this postseason.
Look at this dude, man.
Hey, Charles, I
Yes,
got
sir.
a question.
Yes, sir.
Does Draymond Green remind you of yourself?
No, he's
better looking.
He's a better shooter.
No, I mean, you know,
Probably a better
undersized guys.
defender. I'm clearly much better looking. Clearly much better looking.
No,
but I don't. I think he's a better shooter and a better defender.
No, I mean, undersized guy battling out there with the big guys, getting your way.
Yeah. I mean, I do. I love the way he plays. Like I say,
What were you better at than he was then?
I was a better scorer, a better rebounder.
Okay.
You saw the struggles of McCollum and Lillard, and then you see Gerald Henderson and Anderson Varejao get angled up.
You can't leg whip somebody. I'm proud of Gerald Henderson. I mean, his dad was
That wasn't no leg whip. That was accidental.
That was a leg whip.
Oh, stop it.
His dad was softer than butter.
And
he's
so,
a tough kid.
after they had that run and then
Softer than butter.
they continued their dialogue and each got another technical foul and were ejected.
But he did. You can't leg whip people, Ernie. You can hurt somebody.
Andre Iguodala's the new point guard, just for you guys to know.
Well, Draymond Green's the new point guard.
Yeah, between those two, they just handle the basketball great.
118 to 106 is the final.
But I'm telling you, Ernie, Klay Thompson is the most complete backcourt player in the NBA, offense and defense. He was terrific.
At the beginning
I want to
of the
repeat it, but Shaq was annoying.
You don't want to be redundant.
I mean, redundant.
Yeah. Golden State never trailed, leading by as many as 26 in this one to take the opener over Portland. Here is Steve Kerr on Klay Thompson.
Not many guys in the league who could chase Damian Lillard around for 37 minutes and score 37 points, too. I mean, that's Klay is a tremendous two-way player. And that was a really amazing night for him.
Just not settle for good shots, but hunt great shots. And I really don't feel more pressure when Steph's out because we have so many great playmakers and guys who handle the ball and shoot that we just got to do it collectively because that's a lot of making up to do.
Klay Thompson, sensational day. 37 points, 14 out of 28. 17 times in the regular season he had 30. That's the second time in the post. Okay, Lillard and McCollum really struggled. Lillard 8 for 26, McCollum 5 for 17 in game one.
You know, Klay Thompson did a terrific job on Damian today. I mean, he got some good shots, but he played great defense. And the thing that make the Warriors terrific on McCollum also is they put Draymond on those guys sometimes. They put Iguodala on those guys. They put Livingston on those guys. You know, normally when teams go to their bench, their defense is not as good. I think you could say when the Warriors, when they go to their bench, their guys, there's not really a drop defensively. But it's going to be a good series. But Portland guards, their bench played terrific. They actually won the bench war, which you really can't use that because Livingston's the starter now. But that's going to be a good series. But the Warriors, man, they come at in droves.
I thought that the Warriors did a great job, similar to what San Antonio did with Russell Westbrook, meaning they said, we're going to put Kawhi Leonard on Russell Westbrook. We're going to take away one thing. You know, he does a lot of things great, but he won't post up Kawhi Leonard. That is not in the game plan anymore. So when they put Klay on Damian Lillard, well, you're not shooting over the defense anymore. That's one thing you won't do. You will get by us, you will get in transition, but you won't shoot over the defense. And to me, that's what you have to do on great players. You have to take one thing away from them, and that's what I thought they did today.
Let me make one other point, too. I noticed another thing during the game. They're posting them little guards up. You know, they're not letting them just score. Not only are they working hard on offense, they made a conscious effort to post those guards up. Lillard and McCollum are terrific, but they're smaller guards. They posted them up a lot.
How long is that series going to go?
I'm going to say 6, but, you know, I think Lillard and McCollum will find a way to get it done. You know, they're getting trapped on the pick and rolls. And, you know, a lot of times, Ernie, when you're a shooter and you have that mentality of a shooter, and you give it up and you get it back, you got to get your shot off. So even though Lillard was 8 for 26, he took a lot of ill-advised shots. He has to find a way to, you know, get easier shots, get shots in a better rhythm. But, game one, fill our game. Golden State did what they're supposed to do. Portland's going to go back and look at the tape, and we'll see what happens in game two. But if Golden State keeps playing like this, I say 6 games.
In fairness, though, Ernie, that really wasn't fair what they did to the Portland Trail Blazers. That was a really quick turnaround.
You gotta win early.
No, what now?
You have to win early then.
Well, no, you play your series, but to have them play late Friday night and then
36 hours.
Well, to have to play an afternoon game, that really wasn't fair to the Blazers.
118-106 the final. Big day for Klay Thompson. Triple-double, Draymond Green.
We the North. We the North.
Jurassic Park. And they are ready for Game 7 between the Pacers and the Raptors. So are we. It's coming up here on TNT.
Here we go. Showtime! With AutoTrader.com, trading in or selling your car is so easy, it's a slam dunk.
Up high and down hard.
AutoTrader.com.
That's what Kenny would be if he was a financial advisor, America.
Remember to diversify. Kenny apparently does not find that amusing.
Underdog, you know what to do.
Who gonna let you handle their money, man?
Me. Anyway.
Raptors 2-1 at home. That second home court win, boy, they had to come back. Down 13 going to the fourth. They had that 23-2 run. I mean, if you're the Pacers, you're saying, man, if we take care of business in that game, we close this thing out back in our gym.
But you can't worry about that now. This comes down, and the Raptors, you can't worry about what happened in game one, because there's, Ernie, first of all, you'd go crazy.
Yeah. But you can't help it sometimes.
No,
replay things when you've got that day before Game 7 and say, man, we shouldn't even be here.
No, it doesn't work like that, Ernie. Like when they play, like you can go back and win or lose every game in your mind if you do that. So you're living in the moment. And if you're the Pacers, you say to yourself, we got to win one game. Don't worry about the next round or anything. Same thing. Now, first of all, I don't know if you'd be having your kids sitting on the bench before Game 7, personally. I mean, you need to be concentrating.
I agree with that.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I know everybody love their kids, but this is Game 7. Come on, man. Yeah. I'm not confident right now in my Raptors pick. I'm not very.
Just because you saw Kyle Lowry
maybe if he did that every night for 82 nights, and he did it tonight, you
got to concentrate.
This game.
I'm just asking. He did it every night.
Well, okay.
Don't break your routine. If that's what
this is the first night he's doing it. But if he did it every night for 41 nights at home game.
Well, them other 3 home games, it didn't work, so change it up tonight. Don't have your kids. Don't have Riley on the bench with you. This is about Game 7, man. You got to win this game or your season's over.
How many is that guy getting tonight? Paul George.
Well, he's going to get close to 30 because he's going to get a lot of FGAs. But to me, I need to see a great vision tonight by Lowry and Derozan. I need 20-20, Ernie. If they don't get me 20-20, and how about this? They might get 20-20, but they have to shoot at least 45%.
Wow, that would be far exceeding what they have done in this series, but it's Game 7. This is the...
We the North. We're going to win tonight. Who you got, Kenny?
I'm going with the Pacers.
Okay.
I think
Mr. O'Neal?
I'm going with the Pacers.
Ernie?
I'm taking the Raptors. I took him yesterday. I'm sticking with him. He took the Raptors yesterday. Now he's a Pacer.
Paulie G looked focused
I
out
switched early and then...
I know, but you did switch.
I switched early.
Playing Raptors.
That's what Game 7 looks like, Ernie.
But you know
Just
what?
Concentrating.
What we think doesn't matter. It's almost Game 10.